so I'm recording this now. I'll stop calling you thieves. You thieves trying to get my YouTube stream key. So horrible. You guys are horrible. Here on my credit cards while you're at it. Okay. So we're gonna make a new folder, and only people who stream know how important that is. So, and I see those people laughing, and the other people are like, I don't even know what's happening right now. So I'm making a folder. I'm gonna call it performance, because we're gonna be working on the performance task, and I'm gonna make 3 files. Index. Performance dot CSS and performance dot JS. So after we get these 3 files up, we're just gonna get a nice new blank document. And I want to link my stuff right away. I don't remember how to link anything ever, so I'm going to go to one of my other index pages. Copy the CSS. Make the change that needs to happen. And get my JavaScript. That at the end. And when you are doing your College Board thing, you can watch this video. This is what we'd say is good cheating, because it's not cheating. You can copy stuff like that. I can preview static. It's a blank page. Great. So now I'm coming to the handouts, and I'm going to care about this written response piece. And so this written response piece is going to be a question with 3 answers. So I want to basically copy this and put it on my web page, because I'm going to make my web page look a lot like the written response. And then we are going to have, using JavaScript, we're going to put all of the sample responses into the boxes, depending on if we press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to say how they got their grade and if they got points or not, and color it. And then you will have that resource, so when you're doing your written responses, you can look at other people's and say, this is the language they used and they got points. I want to be close to this one. This one didn't get points because of this. I want to avoid this. And it'll be on a web page for you, so it will be easy for you to say, oh, this is dumb easy now. So I'm going to copy this. Hopefully, sometimes things don't copy great, but that looks pretty good. Now, written response created independently. I'm going to put some tags around this. Actually, I'm going to do everything a div tag. I like having full control. So I'm going to put that in a div tag. Then I'm going to put all this other stuff in a div tag. So I'm separating this stuff out, and then I'm going to beautify it. I hit refresh, and I don't care how it looks really yet. I just want to get the content in. Oh, this is it's something different. Okay. So this is my what I've got so far. Then I'm going to come back to here, and I'm going to grab this part, because this part looks kind of different than the bottom. I'm going to put that in its own div tag. And then I'm going to put this in its own div tag. Then I want to make an input box, because this is like a place where you can type stuff. So on the web page, I want that to be a big input box. And so I know that's like an input, not an input, an input. And I can never, I don't remember how to make a big text box. So I'm going to Google HTML large text input box. And it's called a text area. And again, this is stuff I'm allowed to come here and I can copy this. This is not plagiarism. This is okay. So I'm going to copy this because I'm going to then make it my own. And W3 schools, that's like a textbook. They don't even, for this part, they're not even going to need a source here. I'll show you when, like, if I have to use something a little more, and I'm not going to change it that much. So all I'm really getting, so this is going to be default text. I'm just going to put that there. The ID is going to be, we'll call it 3A1 or 3AI, because we're doing, it's labeled 3AI. So I'm going to say this is 3AI. And the name, I'll do 3AI. And then the rows and columns, that's how much, you can have 4 lines of text and 50 characters going across. I'm going to make this 8 lines of text, just because I want to. But we can change that later to make it look right. Then we can come back here and boom. Now we have our, we're building this page. We will use CSS to make it much, much nicer. But as of right now, we just want to get the content in. And that's basically our job today. So I'm now going to do the next part. Put that in a div tag, make another box. Oh. Div, box, and the text area. And we're going to call that 3AII, because that's what College Board calls it. And then the third one. And I am definitely looking forward to actually streaming rather than recording and posting. I should be streaming by tomorrow. So then you can pause and rewind the way we used to do in class. And that's going to be 3AII. This will all be posted probably, by the end of the day. And now I can come back here, and basically I have the College Board thing for 3A, which is the first part of the question. We're going to do the second part, the third part, and the fourth part. I'd love to do them all right now. I don't know if I'm going too fast or not. I'm going to keep going a little quick right now. Again, because the video, I don't want you to have to like fast forward through the video. I'm doing the same thing over and over again. So this, I'm going to do a div tag. Paste that stuff. Make another div tag. Paste this piece. And then I'll make another text area, and this is going to be 3BI. So there is a method to their madness. And we're just going to keep everything the same size, and we're going to do... oh, this one has a bunch of junk. Copying and pasting can be so annoying. Oh, we're also going to want to put this stuff on... the sidebar stuff. We want to put that as well, because we want... that's like there to help you. If you're using the web page, we want you to be helped with the web page as well. So we'll get that in as well. That might be a tomorrow thing. Make a div tag. Oh, and then there's a text area. So that's 3BII, 3BII. II is 2 for Roman numerals. So it's really 3B part 2. And they say it's 3 because part 1 is your code, part 2 is your video, so your written response is part 3. That's where that 3 is coming from. This, I think, should be in its own div tag. And then another div tag. So all the text that we kind of want to separate, we're just, I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab 3, 4, and 5 at the same time and paste them into Codio together so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So part 3. Part 4. Part 5. I still can't believe Avery trying to scam me. And you know, Avery, if you ever have another teacher that doesn't know what's going on, you totally could get their key. Because that sounds so innocent. I did a PD where I was showing other teachers that, and I told them never. And I bet all the teachers in that room, if Avery was like, "Oh, click the little eyeball," all of them would have fallen for it. Yeah, I mean that's really the worst that can happen. But what are you gonna stream? That's their danger. So in between some of these div tags under 3, we've got to put 3BIII. 3BIV, that's the number 4 in Roman numerals, and then 3BV. So there are 5 input boxes for part 3. If we hit the refresh button, we're basically just rebuilding the page. That's awesome.
Oh, Mr. Wiseman?
Yeah.
My thing isn't connecting, so can you go to the top of your HTML real quick?
Yeah. Oh, so the connection stuff, nothing should be happening with the connections.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
We didn't put anything in our CSS. Oh, Jason, I didn't even think about it, man. He could have totally burnt us. And then I have to do the next pieces. Once we get this done, we're done. We're not going to do anything beyond this part. So 3C and 3D. And I'm going to do this a little faster because I'm getting bored doing it too slow. I'm just going to copy all of this text in. And then I'll edit it when it's here. I'll just put the div tags around it. We are going to have to give things classes and stuff. We're going to do that a different day. Oh, and this is going to be so helpful. And it's not going to be, by the time we're done with this, you'll be like, you're going to know this stuff so well. So this here, we didn't do any like formal HTML in this class. A lot of you had, but this is a list. So I'm going to make this an unordered list. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see me do this. If you don't do this, you're not going to get penalized on your grade or anything. You can just keep it those dumb little boxes, but I want mine to look a little nicer than that. So I'm making an unordered list, and then these are list elements. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And if you see, I'm being sloppy with my indentation because I'm using the beautify as I go. And it indents everything correctly for me. Go a little wider. Actually, that's not. Now my head's a little in the way, but and then I have to put the text boxes in as well. So part 1 ends right here. Oops. What did I just do? Right here. So this is 3 CI. CI. We will use JavaScript to fill the default text areas, so don't worry about how that looks. And that's 3 CII. And then the last part is 3D. And then we're done for the day. You will have time tomorrow to get this done because there's only about 5 minutes left in class. This has been a long one. If you want to log off, you can. I will give you time. All I'm going to do is finish this up. And this one has a bunch of boxes as well. So this one is a little different. Okay. This first call, second call stuff has their own input boxes, so we have to separate them out. And when you do this, some of what you might do might be a little artificial. You make a program and you're going to force it to do certain things that it wouldn't necessarily, the flow wouldn't necessarily go that way. That will be okay. Okay, so we got all that in. Tools Beautify. And I'm just going to do the text input areas for the last batch of stuff. And so this is going to be 3D. So this is 3DI, and then we have to change the DI first. the second call, 3DI second. Um, 3DI first. Oh, crap. I didn't get everything. Second. 3DI first. Um, 3DII second. Now, if tomorrow you guys come in and say, wait, that was a lot yesterday, we need the whole day, you may have the whole day to get this page like this. I would love to do some CSS tomorrow. I mean, we're working on nothing but this tomorrow, but I may not move forward. If this text is taking you a while, I'll let you have the time. It'd be really nice to do the CSS tomorrow, though. So if we can get to it, but this is what we're trying to get to by the end of, before we move into the CSS. I'm going to stop the recording at this point because that's where we're at.